Good morning from Oregon.
Hi, I'm Dylan, and this summer I'm going to go to every state in America. In this episode, we will explore Oregon. We'll start by taking a fast-paced speedboat. We'll then explore the last blockbuster on Earth. After that, we'll do a little bit more boating down some White River Rapids. And we'll make sure to go to a ton of tourist attractions along the way. For example, Haystack Rock, as well as have a ton of fun exploring Oregon. So get ready for yet another adventure. With that all said, let's go have a little bit of fun.
Well, adventurers, we finally made it to Oregon. This is the fourth state of the trip, fourth episode, and 44 more states to go, so a lot of fours. That said, we're here on the riverbed. Today we're gonna take a nice, calm cruise down the river. It's gonna be calm, relaxing, very nice waters today. It's really, really nice and flat, a very smooth ride. Nothing can go wrong, and with that said, let's go catch our boat. Should be leaving in about 10 minutes from now, so let's go hop on and enjoy a very calming cruise down the river.
With that said, we're here at Jerry's Rogue Jet, which provides a ton of jet boat tours. I start by making my way to my boat that I reserved the day prior. Soon we left the dock and started our adventure. Now, I know what you guys are gonna say. Boring. And I would agree. At first, the waters were pretty flat and we were going really slow. I almost fell asleep. But it's a good thing I didn't, because we were quickly instructed to put on our life vests. And as I always say, when there's safety equipment, then fun is right around the corner. And boy was I right, because we quickly blasted down the river. Because who wants to see nature when you're packing 150 horsepower? Now please enjoy this footage of me being catapulted 45 miles per hour down the Rogue River.
All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in the stretcher. The comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure. Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground, only to the clouds, never coming down. That's a crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we found. Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground, only to the clouds, never coming down. That's a crown on me, wear it proud. What they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Quick to sever, however, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Ay, getting fed up, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops. Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground, only to the clouds, never coming down. That's a crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we found. Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground, let me to the clouds, never coming down. That's a crown on me, wear it proud. What they was talking about. Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around with me, hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground.
So, as you all can tell, if you go on this ride, you won't just get wet, you'll get soaked.
On the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around with me, hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud. What they was talking about.
Anyway, we quickly had our free meal included with the ride, then headed back to the docks. After 6 hours of being on the water, I was more than ready to go stretch my legs on land. So we pulled into the dock and I quickly jumped out of the boat. And boy did I have a good time.
That boat tour was absolutely insane, I gotta say. That was amazing. like a humongous jet ski. It was awesome. Tons of people on it. It started out as like a tiny little tour boat. He was given a tour of the history of all the woods and all the towns around the place. And then they told us to put on our life vests, and things got insane really fast. And I gotta say, it was $160, but it was well worth it. You also get a free meal, so really good. Anyway, if you're coming through 101, this is a really good place to stop. But yeah, we have a lot to see in Oregon, so we're just getting started. Let's go.
We quickly hit the road, but because we were on the water for so long, we didn't make it too far before the sun started to set. So I went to a truck stop for the night and ended up finding some strange creatures. Due to the area that I'm in, these are either otters or really weird looking homeless people, but they're most likely otters. As you all can see from the footage, the mother otter's just trying to get away and have some time to herself, but all the baby otters keep following it and keep nagging. They're all like, "Please feed me, I'm hungry," or something stupid like that. Anyway, after watching all the otters scurry around in the dirt, it was time for me to hit the hay. After getting a full 15 minutes of sleep, it was time to hit the road. Soon we made it to our first destination of the day. But before I show you guys where I went, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below that Dylan is handsome. Anyway, after getting a free car wash from what I hope isn't sewage water, I quickly made my way to the forest. It was really easy. All I had to do was follow this ginormous pipe and it led me right where I wanted to go. It led me to a nice peaceful little trail which took me through the forest. Now usually this would only be about a 15-minute hike, but I'm so lazy and slow I ended up taking me about half an hour before I got anywhere near where I wanted to be. They really need to install an escalator, or at the very least put a Dunkin' Donuts somewhere around here. Anyway, eventually I made it to where I wanted to go, these beautiful waterfalls. The name of these waterfalls are... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to try to pronounce it. This is what they're called. Anyway, after taking all my really cool Instagram selfies, it was time to walk back to the truck. My favorite part about getting back in the truck is the air conditioning. I'm only saying that because I'm out of things to say. Oh, hey, look, a free car wash. Anywho, I then made my way down to Bend, Oregon. If you've never heard of Bend, Oregon, you have now. This town is absolutely beautiful. They have a ton of shopping centers as well as a bunch of really cool bike paths. So of course I had to bike around the city and see what I would find. I started by riding on the riverfront, but soon found my way to a pretty popular tourist destination, which you all are about to see in literally just a moment. But before I show you guys, please make sure to subscribe. I'm literally begging you. Anyway, we finally made it to Blockbuster. For those of you who don't know, Blockbuster used to be a really big movie store, which is a store where you can walk in, rent a DVD, and then return it the next day. But in 2014, every Blockbuster went out of business, except for this one, making it the last Blockbuster on Earth. After making my way inside, you'll find that it's still a completely working Blockbuster. They actually rent movies. But of course, there's still a few tourist attraction merchandise items. They've got shirts, hats, fanny packs, pretty much anything that you want. They have it there for just double the price. This store also had a really cool shrine area where it shows off a bunch of old movie posters. They also had a bunch of documents on the wall. I don't really know what those are because I don't like to read. If it ain't got pictures, I ain't reading it. There's also an Indiana Jones costume, as well as a bunch of cardboard cutouts, and of course, some more movies. They also have this miniature version of the Blockbuster. Really just a ton to offer and go see if you do happen to be here in Bend, Oregon. If you are interested in going to see this store and you do happen to be in the area, please come check it out. Because honestly, who knows how long this place is going to be in business. Anyway, I then rode my bike around for a little bit longer and then came to an insane realization. I was looking at the river and soon realized there were people surfing in the river and inner tubing down it. So you guys already know what I had to do. I quickly ran to the truck and blew up my inflatable raft. So let's go have some fun. And when I say let's, I mean me.
So are following the series. This is a $25 raft from Walmart. We're about to take it down some river rapids. So let's see how it goes. First bridge. There's a little bird up there. For all of you at home watching this, don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional. And for all of you that love the truth, I've never done this before in my life and I'm terrified. So wish me luck. Here he goes. Oh shoot! Guys, the water's a little bit cold. This is a big one? Oh shoot.
I had so much fun, I had to go for a second time.
Dang it. Uh-oh. No! Oh no! Shoot! Uh-oh. Woo! It's recoverable. There's more water inside the boat than there is on the outside. Look at the water in there. Uh-oh.
I then made my way back to land to get all the water out of my raft. As you all can see from this video, the water really isn't too deep, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet at the most. So if you're looking for some fun, free whitewater tubing to do, I'd recommend you come check out the Deschutes River here in Bend, Oregon, as the water was pretty fun. Now let's take a look at how much water was inside my raft. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Anyway, I decided to make my way to a hotel for the night. Here's a tour. Alright, that's it. Have a good night. I'm just kidding, you guys. Here's an actual tour of the hotel. Here's the bed. I don't really need to sleep because I'm actually Batman. Don't tell anybody. Here's my bathroom. As you all can see, I have a luxury walk-in shower. Pretty cool if you ask me. Then I also have a toilet, pretty standard. I'd be kind of worried if there wasn't a toilet, honestly. And if you look over here, we have a microwave and of course some coffee, my favorite part of the room. And if we look over here, we actually have a whole spare room. Now you guys might ask, what are you gonna do with this room? Well, I was gonna put my bags right there, but nope, because Mr. Bigfoot already claimed the bed. Well darn. Hey, at least Mr. Bigfoot has a place to sleep tonight. For whatever reason, I took a video of the microwave. So here's the footage of the microwave and a bunch of art on the wall. Anyway, soon the sun started to set because that's literally its job, and I hit the hay for the night. The following morning, I took one good look around Bend, Oregon for one last time before hitting the road. We ended up driving just about an hour northwest from Bend, Oregon to a very popular location for hikers. Soon I found the trail and started walking through it. Now this has been the longest trail I've been on so far. It took me about 45 minutes to maybe an hour at most. The walk was pretty nice though, with tons of changing terrain, and soon I found a really nice river. As you all can see by this footage right here, if I dip the GoPro underwater, you all will probably notice something. Yeah, as you guys can probably tell, the water is really blue, and you guys might ask, Dylan, why is the water so blue? Well, it's because this hiking trail actually leads to a famous location called Blue Pool. And here it is. The hike to get here was rather challenging, so please enjoy this amazing footage of the Blue Pool itself. Yeah, it was pretty beautiful in person. Anyway, I then begin my hike back to the truck, and it took so long for me to get there and back that by the time I got to the truck, it was already getting a little bit dark. So I made my way to a truck stop for the night, and I got myself something to eat. So I got some oranges and of course some donut holes to even out all the healthy fruits. But yeah, there's Mr. Bigfoot. Anyway, it's time to hit the hay, so good night. As you all can tell, it's kinda wet outside, and that's because it rained last night. Whoa, who could have guessed? Anyway, I went into the truck stop and got myself some delicious breakfast. I got a waffle sandwich and some coffee, so let's try out the coffee first. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. I then tried to open this packaging, but struggled for about 5 minutes straight. I ended up cutting the video, then re-recording once I finally got it fully opened. Anyway, according to my facial expressions I'm about to make, apparently it's pretty good. After having that pretty good breakfast, I started driving a little bit to the west. The goal was to get to the west coast and then go up it for the final 2 destinations, and soon we made it to one of the final 2. That's right, we made it to Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is one of the best beaches in the Oregon coast. As you all can probably tell, it's home to the famous Haystack Rock. That's, you know, obviously the giant rock in the middle of the ocean right there. This is actually a very famous site, and tons of tourists all over the place come just to take photos of this humongous rock. It may look familiar because this is actually where they filmed The Goonies. So you may have seen this exact rock before.
Haystack Rock was pretty big, pretty nice view. That was actually the place where they filmed The Goonies, so it's pretty cool to see it in person. So yeah, if you go back and watch The Goonies, then you'll see exactly where I was. Anyway, there's one final stop that we need to make before we end off this Oregon episode, and that is Seaside, which is where we are right now. We just parked, and now we're gonna go explore Seaside. So let's go look around.
First thing I did was I, of course, took a little panoramic shot of the city itself, because I'm a hashtag certified tourist that way. I then filled up the bike tires and started riding down to the main part of the city. Seaside is absolutely beautiful, and I was more than excited to finally be able to see it all in person. And I've got to say, having this bike on me is absolutely perfect, because I can zoom through the city. So before we go adventure, let's enjoy some footage of me riding around with some light narration in the background. Quickly via bike, I make my way to the main street of this beautiful town. Here there are tons of tourist shops, and even a seaside view at the very end. I'd also like to add that I did not see a single homeless person, so that's pretty neat if you ask me. Finally, I made my way to the very end of the road where I could capture this beautiful view of the street sign that actually reads Seaside, Oregon. I then quickly found my way to the bumper cars area. This place is very well known for anybody in the area, as you actually get to ride bumper cars on the seaside. In Seaside, what? Anyway, they have this knockoff roller coaster and then the bumper cars themselves, and I would have gone on them, but I'm broke. They too have tons of shops to explore, which is pretty cool. Then I made my way down to the ice cream shop. Now I can't have any ice cream because I'm on a diet. Psych, just kidding, diets are for posers. This ice cream was pretty good, definitely top 10. I then made my way to the carousel mall. They call it that because there's literally a carousel inside of the mall. I would have gone on it, but I looked in the mirror and realized I'm not a 9-year-old girl. I did go down to the arcade though, and I ended up buying one of those little cards and loaded up $5 onto it. So here's everything I did with those $5. First, I got first place in Mario Kart because I'm, you know, the best. And I played some Mrs. Pac-Man because they didn't have the normal Pac-Man. Whatever, I'm not gonna complain. Then I played this Star Wars game, and that was pretty much it. Of course, I couldn't go to the beach without recording a slow motion shot of me running on it. I would have edited in a bunch of explosions in the background, but I'm #lazy for life. So just imagine a bunch of explosions. And do me a favor and verbally say out loud, wow, those are some really big explosions.
That concludes Oregon. It was a beautiful state. State 4 of 48. So, my goodness, we have a long ways to go. Thanks for everyone who liked, comment, subscribe on this video and all the other ones. Oregon's beautiful. I like pretty much every single part of this. We're finally making our way to the Pacific Northwest, which is really good. I can't wait to get up to Washington. We're about to drive to Washington right now. I have a lot of family members up there, so I'm planning on spending the next 2 weeks there since it is also the place I was born. So, Washington video should be up for about 2 weeks. So, in the meantime, I'll upload a ton of YouTube shorts keeping you updated. With that said, Oregon was fun. Now it's time to hit the road. Thank you all so very much for watching.
With that super cool outro out of the way, I drive over the bridge into Washington, and that's where we will pick up in the next episode. If you all made it to the end, please like and subscribe to make sure we can actually get to every state in America. And with that said, thank you all so very much for watching. So, I'll see y'all in the next one. Later, adventurers. Bye, Haley.